Hello, Max here, and we're back with episode 4 of Road to Masters. In placement number 8, we're on Dorado, and I'm defending on 76. We try to poke them from the high ground before falling back to defend the arch, but they get a pick on our Zenyatta, and I get a hammer to my face, and they take the first checkpoint with little resistance. I honestly didn't realise how fast they were moving forward and just walk into their whole team and die, and their snowball continues to gain momentum. We then have a large miscommunication and Zen and I are on the low ground while the rest of the team is on the high ground. This leads to a desperation attempt to stop the payload, but an earth shatter makes light work of our poor positioning. This round might be over before it's even begun, and we drop down onto them to stop their round-winning push with a Zenyatta ultimate, but their McCree pops Deadeye. I try to use the payload for cover, but a Reinhardt charge knocks me into McCree's line of sight. Somehow the team holds and we reset to the high ground where an angry German man comes to kill me, but our Anna lands a simple sleep dart and I wait out the sleep to heal up before we try to take him out. Their Mercy gets off a res, but she reses them all into a graviton surge and I get Anna boosted. But this just shows my inexperience of soldier. Using tac visor is a little redundant. I should have just fired a helix rocket into it, being sure not to hit the deflecting Genji. This time, I don't react well to the Reinhardt charge and I'm pinned into the wall. I manage to respawn and try a flanking tac visor, but their McCree is either a genius or super lucky and comes around the corner with his Deadeye while I'm reloading. This time we can't hold and it's on to round 2, but they only have 50 seconds left on the clock. Attack and of course onto Tracer. Our first proper push comes with a graviton surge and a pulse bomb, but there's only tanks in it and their Zenyatta heals up all the damage of Transcendence. I do the proper thing and switch targets to Mercy and we are able to take her out, but after I should have spent time trying to hunt down squishier targets and not just drilling the tanks. Even though it does charge me up another pulse bomb, but I go in with it after our push is done and stick it to their tanks again, which does nothing but charge defensive ultimates. Next time we go in, I go after the right targets and find a really out of position Mercy. Take her down no problem and then continue to go for their back lines. My problem here is that my positioning is terrible. After the recall I make myself an easy target for their 2 DPS and their Zenyatta. I should have used the fountain for cover and just damaged who I could while I wait for cooldowns to come back up. But we did enough, and with no Mercy res we take the checkpoint. Here I am once again far too aggressive. Moving in with the Zenyatta healing is all well and good to get some easy ult charge off the Roadhog, but I needed to get out as soon as Zen moved back to the team. But the team take the checkpoint and we're snowballing to finish out the round. The next fight kicks off with an enemy Roadhog hook and I go in. The Reinhardt shield means the Hog is my only target and I can use the Winston barrier for protection. I get a pulse bomb that I completely whiff. Their Mercy reses and I have to recall to not be frozen. Their Reinhardt lands a fairly big earth shatter, but our Anna lands a critical sleep. Their McCree tries some sneaky payload flanking shenanigans and I guess he missed his flashbang. And their Mei gave me a nice wall to hide behind. Zarya lands the game-winning graviton surge. After that I go support hunting and yes, I know, I should be going for the Mercy and not the invulnerable Zenyatta. One day I will learn consistently good target selection. But we win the round. At the start of round 3 I drop in behind as Reaper to flank and get their Mercy, but I'm flashbanged and I must Wraith form out. But they massively overextend to try and finish me off and we punish them, wiping them all out and ending the round very quickly. Time to attack and we've not got far to go. I teleport to the high ground as Reaper to get a flank on them. I find a Mei and force her to wall, which gives our team an easy signal to go. I flank further around the back just in time to see Mei get plastered against the wall by our Rhine. It's easy to take out their Hog and Zen as Reaper, but the Mercy res puts them right back in it and I'm hooked to die. I heard the res and I should have known what that meant and just Wraith formed immediately, but the team pushes it in for the victory without me. That puts us on 8-1. We then had to wait over 8 minutes for a game, so the matchmaking was balked and it queued our 6-stack against the 2 and 4 solo queuers. But they were all pretty much ranked 75 or higher last season, so it was going to be a tough game. We're defending on Volskaya and I'm on Reaper. It doesn't start well and our Roadhog gets hooked and screams like R2-D2. We easily deal with an over-aggressive Reinhardt, but they are pushing him behind him. A bubble saves me from a Hog hook and we blast him down as Reaper does best, but we're quickly overwhelmed and lose the point. Their lack of coordination works in our favour and we easily hold attacks that dribbled in until with a minute 30 left, a nano-boosted Genji sword comes for us. He immediately deals with our McCree and I have to Wraith form to make sure I'm not next. He gets our Zenyatta instead, but Mercy is there to bring back the 2 dead. Our Roadhog goes down, but sadly no R2-D2 impression this time, and I drop a pretty poor Death Blossom, easily dealt with by the enemy McCree. The team are overwhelmed, but I respawn in time to make a desperation teleport to get onto the objective ASAP. I find their McCree and survive the flashbang to finish him off after he rolls to reload. I get 69 fire for the kill, so I had help. When I dived on him, my aim was too low. If he had had his full 200 HP, I might not have been able to kill him. But we did, and we clean up the Genji, so save the round. As their final push comes with only 20 seconds on the clock, I'm on the flank and I find an out of position McCree. Despite being down a man, they have to go now, and I wraith as soon as I see the Hog, so I can't be hooked. Our Hog then hooks theirs and their Rhine whiffs an Earth Shatter. Then Genji makes an attempt to 1v6 Dragon Blade. He manages to get 2, but even if he got more, there's no one on the objective and the round is over, 0-1. We then attack and I jump onto Soldier and we push in with a bubbled monkey. It's a pretty easy push because they're only running 1 healer and 1 tank. We take that tank out easily and Zarya bags the Mercy. From here it's pretty straightforward to move on to the objective, but Mei takes up a very annoying position. Finding it difficult to hit her, I change targets to the Reaper, but once he Wraith forms, it's back onto Mei, where she almost kills me, but I manage to land a glorious Helix rocket. Onto Objective B, and this is something we really need to work on as a team. We are far too hesitant and don't press an advantage when we have one. We attack late, but is our organised team of 6 going to be enough to take out these higher level players? Damn the McCree, damn all the McCrees, apart from ours. I know my accuracy still needs some work, but that McCree got a triple kill and saved the game for them. We then fell apart as a team and kept being picked and going in when people were dead, which led to more picks, and we struggled to have a proper push to win the game, and the game ended in a draw. Our final placement puts us on Eichenwald, a map that none of us yet fully understand how to play. On their first push we get overwhelmed and an Earth Shatter puts us down. Anna nano boosts me in a desperation attempt to save the point, and I always forget it boosts your movement speed too. I should be moving through Reinhardt's barrier to take out higher value targets, but instead I'm just blasting away at the barrier. Not good. As they push through the castle, a Genji jumps up and I'm pretty sure I could have killed him, but the enemy Reinhardt Earth Shatters, so I leave the Genji to drop my Death Blossom somewhere useful. Fortunately, the Genji was arrogant enough to think I was just running away from him and chases me to his own death. Unfortunately, this didn't stop us all from dying and they got the checkpoint anyway. Once the gate is bashed down, they come in with a Dragon Blade and an Earth Shatter, and we have no defensive ultimates to protect us. This is a common problem throughout this game, and we should have switched Anna to Lucio or Mercy. When we come back, our Rhine lands a good Earth Shatter and I attempt to kill everyone by pressing Q. Their Reinhardt charges me out of it. What a beast. The team still managed to hold them off, but on their next push their Genji gets me low after I Wraith form and then finishes me off with a Dragon Blade. And that pretty much finished us all off, and they take 3 points from us with 50 seconds left on the clock. When we attack, I'm on Tracer and we of course follow up a leaping Winston, but after he goes in I hear a Rhine charge and blink out. I didn't realise it was our own, so I go back in and I'm immediately taken to low health, so blink for the health pack instead of using recall. Winston and I go on a rampage and I even do some positive target switching and take out the low health Zen before refocusing the Genji, and we eventually take him out too. As we push through the castle I build up a Pulse Bomb and they pop Transcendence, but Pulse Bomb cares not for your 300 healing a second and we blow up the Zarya. This starts a small snowball that rolls over the defenders. Zarya comes back from her respawn, but it's not going to be enough and we take the checkpoint. With this push we send in the monkey and I come through on the right hand side. I blink into their McCree and somehow don't get flashbanged and killed. Their McCree couldn't have been happy about it because I then drop a Pulse Bomb under a big Graviton Surge and take out 3. Genji is the only survivor and he backs up. When they come back, our Reinhardt lands a decent Earth Shatter and we take out their Reinhardt and Zen. I pick the wrong target again and go for the Zarya. I may not have noticed, but their Lucio was open to the left. If I jumped onto him, I may have either killed him or forced him to use his sound barrier before their Genji could benefit from it, and we wouldn't have all died to this Dragon Blade. We come back with 1 minute 10 on the clock and probably our last push of the game. Can we push it to round 3, or will we finish our placements on a loss?
We're through the thing.
There's loads on the right.
Zarya, you got hedge on Zarya?
Right, I was gonna have it all.
Zarya's asleep.
I'm on Genji. Genji's down.
Get that Lucio.
Got the Zen, got the Zen.
Zarya's down.
I've got my ult.
You know you don't.
Right, we need to run interference on the point.
I got him.
Oh,
He's fine.
That whole thing.
He's so nearly dead. Oh,
got him!
No, no.
Yeah, I got the ult. You like ulting me, don't you? That was really low as well, so he just...
Well, we've lost.
Sadly, it's a loss. I had some pretty poor positioning and accuracy there, and we finished with 7 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. Placed at 29-15 rating. In the next episode, I have a good game on Tracer, but is it good enough to get into Diamond? Until then, take it easy, and I'll see you soon.